Bum-ba-da-dum. Welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, your host here on the site that teaches you how to play guitar and banjo. But this week is Mandolin Week, and me and this beautiful Northfield are going to teach you how to play that mandolin solo for What a Friend We Have in Jesus. That was a lot of fun to play, but I'm not just going to teach you the notes. I want to talk to you about how to interpret melodies and how to create interesting things in your solos, even when you're not going very fast, by leaving space. We don't need to play a whole bunch of eighth notes in a row. We need to have time to breathe. We're going to talk about that here. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or somewhere else besides the site, I'd love to have you on board. You can come over to the site, join as a Gold Peak member, have access to this one and many, many other lessons. If you're already on the site as a Gold Peak member, you know the drill. You got everything right here on this page. Just scroll down, grab the MP3 practice tracks and the tabs and the rest of the video segments. Let's jump into this one. Now, I taught the guitar solo a few weeks ago, so now it's time for the mandolin. And while the guitar solo was going, we were just doing some very simple chops. If you're not familiar on how to do that, then I have a basic rhythm series here on the site. But once we come into playing our solo, I wanted to play something that was full enough to keep you interested, so it's got to be tasty, but at the same time, not too overwhelming. We don't want it too busy because this is a bouncy, slower song, even though we're actually playing it maybe a little faster than a lot of people would sing it. But we're going to do it in the key of G, and we've got a little intro measure that we're going to use to walk up into the melody. Let's take a look at that. So the melody's not actually going to start to measure 35. The reason why it's 35 is because in the tab, when you download that, I do have all the chord shapes tabbed out for what I played during the guitar solo. But we're going to start with this little chord run just to kind of lead people's ear into it. And the song is being played in the key of G. So that means that our melody note is going to start on a D note. That's just what this particular melody does. So what a friend we have in G. And the melody is so key, right? I mean, we want to play the song that people recognize. So I don't want to go into a bunch of licks. I want to present that melody, but keep it interesting. And so I'm going to slide into it. This is just the way that I would do it if I was recording it, just like I did, and slide into it with my middle finger. And I'm going to reach down with my index finger and grab the rest of that G chord. So there's a G chord that I'm using. I'm sliding, and then I'm going to jump down and grab that open G string, and then do an upstroke through the first two strings. It sounds like this. Then I'm going to add a syncopated couple more notes in 35. So the whole measure sounds like this. Now, what am I trying to do there? Well, I'm trying to communicate the bounce and the feel of the song. This song is not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's got a little bounce. It's so I'm trying to communicate with that with the notes that I pick. That's the feel that I want to have going on. So in 36, I'm going to do a little hammer on there, but I'm not going to do it super straight. You could do it straight, but I might swing it a little bit. Try to get them really strong too. And then when I come down into measure 37, the melody's right here. What a friend we have in G. I'm going to do a little tremolo, but it's controlled tremolo. You can do it however you want, but I'm going to do it like 16th notes. So I'm going 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, and I'm stopping on 3. Then another little hammer on, then coming down to this C position and doing it again. So the melody is very, very present. The melody. All the melody's there, but the other notes around it provide some harmony and some tasty structure. The whole line slowly. So pretty. And that can go as slow or as fast as you want to go. It would work as a solo piece or as a duet as I've played it with the guitar. In 39, there's our melody note, and then I'm going to reinforce it with a little slide from 5 to 7. Then walk right up the scale. And here's where I begin to take some liberty with the melody. Because what does the melody do? Bum, 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 bum. So I'm going to get those melody notes, but I'm going to change the timing up. Look at there in measure 40. The melody goes. Instead of. Okay, so we're getting syncopated, and we got some rest in there. So 40 sounds like this. And you can cut it off or let it ring. And then guess what? There's nothing played on the first beat of 41. And I just want you to see that and pay attention and know that you don't have to play something every beat. Just let it ring, because the last thing that they're going to hear is the last note in measure 40, that A note, which is the melody note, and just let it ring out. And then I reinforce it. So the counting is very important here. If you're going to play it the way that I'm going to play it, I've added the rest in there to make it a little bit easier to count. But the whole measure sounds like this, or the whole line. Sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Again. Be played better than that, but I still got the timing right. We'll play it all together here in a moment. Now we slide again into the melody note. We've seen all this. The only thing that's different is in measure 46, we're going to have a little triplet there. So I'm doing a triplet hammer-on pull-off. And I come right into that from the tremolo. So up to speed, it sounds like this. Pretty cool, huh? 47. I'm going to slide into this again. Now there's a lot of space there in 49, but it sounds really good. You don't have to play every eighth note. So again, this whole line, very slowly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... Okay, so let's take a moment to play this verse slowly all the way through. Then we'll work on the chorus. If you're watching on the website here, you have your next video segment right below. If you're watching somewhere else, I'd love to have you on board the website. You can download these tabs, get the rhythm tracks to practice along with, and get more instruction on how to play this one.